Check out Comic Book Illuminati and Outrage Geekery. Links are in the description. This is a review of the Ben Reilly Spider-Man, and it has the swap parts to make Spider Carnage. It is part of the Marvel Legends 6-inch wave of action figures and the Absorbing Man Builder figure wave. And let's take a look. From the comic books in the 1990s, also known as the Spider-Man clone, or the Scarlet Spider, when he assumed the Spider-Man role, this is the costume he wore. It was a modified version of the classic look. It's part of the Absorbing Man wave. But the thing is, even though they have used some of these parts before, they went all out. Check that out. It has 6 extra hands. Besides the 2 it comes with, it has another pair, 4 pairs of that. It has a pair of hands for Spider Carnage, as well as an accessory of the Spider Carnage head, which I'll talk about a little later in this review. So they gave it a ton of accessories, and let's check out how it looks with the other parts. You have 2 closed fists type look. Got the web shooting hands look. You got the open hands look. These look really cool. You got the Spider Carnage hands, which I'll talk about when I switch the head a little later on. It always looks a little better to just mix and match. This looks like a pretty good setup. Yeah, they had Hasbro made a regular Spider-Man action figure, and this is just the same mold. I think it's the same head and the same parts, but you know what? If you don't have that Spidey, or anyway, just to have extra parts is always cool for accessories. It's a very nice plain body mold, basic mold, good for other custom action figures. And it has the little wrist type of web shooters, and these are removable. So if you wanted a plain body sculpt, then this is definitely a good figure. The colors of the blue are kind of dark, but not too dark, so that's pretty nice. See the web pattern here? The way it looks, it goes around here and it goes on the shoulders. And check this out, Spider Carnage. I honestly think it works just as well as a Spider Carnage action figure. Look at that head sculpt. A unique head sculpt. Nice detailing on it. Just check that out. And the hands, they gave you the hand parts. Pose-wise. A little backstory. In the comics, the symbiote took over Ben Reilly for a storyline, and he transformed, taken over by the symbiote, into Spider Carnage when he lost control, and this is how he looked. But the unfortunate thing is it's not 100% comic accurate, but just the fact that they gave you the Spider Carnage head and the hands, and they didn't have to give that to you, even though it's not a perfect representation of Spider Carnage. I might actually paint some red lines in the future, but just the fact that they gave you these parts of the extra hands and the head, I thought was really nice of Hasbro. Really cool bonus. And actually, if you just want to use this head to make a generic symbiote, I think if you painted black, it would work pretty well as a generic type of figure. It stands about 6 1/4 inches tall. See, a ton of accessories for this action figure. And let's get to the articulation here. Ball jointed head, up down, good range of motion. Check that out, side to side. Has the pivot inner shoulders, which isn't too common. Check that out. See these inner shoulders here that they pivot? Very nicely done. As well as the ball jointed shoulders and upper swivel biceps. So it's really articulated up here. Add in the double articulated elbows as well as the ball jointed wrists. You can spin around, in or out, have all sorts different sets of hands you could use. Good range, check that out, of the pivot torso, swivel waist, ball jointed at the hips, swivel thighs, right up here, double articulated knees, and the ankle rockers, which are ball jointed. I mean, this figure, just wow. The best Ben Reilly 6-inch action figure, or 3-inch action figure, that Hasbro has ever made. Better than the Toy Biz versions when they attempted to make a few. I'm going to give my final word in a moment. So overall, Rob, what did you think of the Ben Reilly Spider-Man, and has the parts to make Spider Carnage? First of all, this is the best Ben Reilly Spider-Man figure in either the 3-inch or 6-inch scale. They've had past versions by Toy Biz, by Hasbro, and all of them have never been really good action figures, in my opinion. They have lacked, and this finally delivers. You have so many extras here. You got the 6 different hand swaps. They gave you the parts to make either Spider Carnage. The Spider Carnage head is really nicely sculpted. The only thing is with Spider Carnage is it's not 100% comic accurate. You see, he has the red type of tendril type thing design on his arms and legs, which this toy does not have, which you could probably paint on. And he also has the boot area of the Spider-Man figure is like all black or blue. You don't see the boot area on Spider Carnage. So it's not 100% accurate detail is what I'm saying. But it's just nice that they gave you the extra parts in the first place to get Spider Carnage. And they gave you the hands also. So got the 2 hands for Spider Carnage. Just like a nice bonus to get, you know what I mean? But I think you really do need 2 of the Spidey figures if you want one version for Spider Carnage, one for Spider-Man, because it's both worthwhile. Definitely, I would recommend it for Spider-Man fan, Ben Reilly, Clone Saga fan, and that's the review.